Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Ed. Um, it's been about a day and a half since I've been able to make a video. I've and I thought I should probably try to make a video. Well, I've made two videos between my last one and now that I'm not going to post because they're boring. I'm going to be honest. I've been playing a lot. If you saw my last video, I can't even remember where I was at with the last video. I did die, um, and I was able to use the wormholes. I'm not sure if this was in the videos I'm not going to post. The wormholes that I had gotten, um, I was able to use those to get to a system and back to the one that I'm in, and I was able to get a couple of Galente frigates and cursuses and a catalyst, but I wasn't able to get any scan ships. So that's where I'm kind of stuck right now. I'll probably talk about that maybe later on in the video, if not later on this week as I do better. The one thing that I've run into a little bit of a problem with right now is I don't have any wormholes out of my system. We're going to check one more time. I've checked a couple times today. What I'm looking for is to go on a little bit of a jaunt to try to find blueprints for some scan ships to bring them back here, and then I can be fully fleshed out in the system. The unfortunate part is, let's just double check here. Yeah, all of these sites here are, let's see here. There's a gas site, that Aegis site that hasn't been done yet, and a combat site. This wormhole is no longer here, so we'll get rid of that. So again, using the notepad, able to know not to really bother with scanning down things. So I'm a little bit stuck, but I was able to get some frigates and that catalyst in, so I'm starting to be able to work on living out of the system versus just using it as a base. When I say living, it means being able to do some rat some asteroid belts, maybe do a few sites, slowly build up my ability to do tougher and tougher things. And what I thought today was there's been a couple things that I've promised that I meant to do, and I thought, why not finally do that video when you're stuck? I kind of feel like I'm stuck in a snowed-in house right now. So let's fix those problems. So a couple things that I want to go through is I did make a goal sheet. This is nowhere near all the goals that I want to do, but I always think you should have goals as to what you want to do. I made a manufacture area where I want to start producing some probes and some probe launchers. I've built enough that I can live, or I can use them, but maybe I can create those for other people and sell them here. I need to find a finalized low-sec system that I want to stay in. Now, this may be the one. I'm not sure, but I'm going to keep looking. I'll use this as my base of operations. I really want to kind of get into the whole getting some outfitting my character. I've never done that, so I thought, hey, why not? I don't know if I will or not, but I'll mess around with that. Short term, these are just general stupid goals. But short term, I need to get some BPOs, some more BPOs for frigates, so I can build them myself. And then after that, destroyers, that sort of thing. And then a reliable scan ship production. So once I get those BPOs, then I can do a reliable, make a reliable fit that I can make all the time. So that if I do die and I come back to the system, I've got a ship that I can use at any point in time. And then I need to make a corporation. I'm starting to do a little bit of ratting. I haven't had to worry about having a corporation before, but now that I'm starting to do some ratting, I'm starting to have some taxes taken out. and at 11%, that is a huge amount of money for that. Long term, Plex Omega, how does that affect my gameplay? So I want to keep making videos up until Omega and then keep track of how does my gameplay change because I can now do Omega things like researching more blueprints, researching. I think you can't research um, rig blueprints, so I could do that. I can fly some bigger and badder ships. I can use bigger and better items. So how would my life change in that? Long term too, I wouldn't mind making a Discord up, just so I can interact a little bit more, create a community. But I'm not sure how I want to do that yet. And then at some point, move into a wormhole. Um, Now I'd probably keep whatever station I'm living out here with, but create a wormhole. And how does that done? Now these are only some goals, but they're things that I can focus on while I'm doing things. Another thing, and actually I'm going to name the video after this. When I keep messing that up, I should do this stuff at the beginning. I wanted to do a video the other day about if you've watched. Go ahead and close that out. Hello, thank you. If you've watched my channel, you know about a month ago I actually quit making videos. I was really planning on not doing it anymore, and I really had a yearning to make them, but I had to think about what I was doing and why I was still wanting to make the videos and what had turned me off on them. And I really realized that I just like making the videos, not focusing too much on them, just having a good interaction. Um, and when then I saw literally a couple days ago, there are a couple of subscriptions that I have, and I might want to start pointing out some of these subscriptions that I'm because if it helps you to find something cool to watch, it's cool. One subscription that I'm into is Wheezy Waiter. Completely has nothing to do with Eve. But I originally got into him earlier this year whenever I quit uh, sugar for a month and a half. And then I'm off it again. And he had a video about that. And then I started watching his other videos. Turns out this fellow has been making videos for somewhere between 10 and 15 years. And he started out doing them for about 10 years, very similar to me in a way. Now he's 100 times better than I am, but he just wanted to make videos, so he just did them. And he learned how to edit really well. I'm never going to learn how to do that, I don't think. But he did do this video here, and it's why I never quit YouTube. And if I can suggest a good video, if you're trying to make YouTube videos or if you're thinking about things, he's really good. He's really funny. Some of them are kind of repetitive, but like any TV show. But I would love for you to suggest you to watch this, the Why I Never Quit YouTube video from Wheezy Waiter. I can't say any better why I came back and why I'm continuing to make videos any better than what he says there. So why make that video all over again? If you notice, I actually have some other subscriptions, Talking in Stations, Ashtarothi, and then some other things here. I may talk about those at some point. But I just wanted to point out, a guy yesterday commented that the video that I had brought up about scanning and how I didn't know the difference between scan probe resolution and scan probe strength, he said he thought he knew too, and then he wanted to look at some more. And I found a great video and sent it to him in the comments. It's an older video, it's probably like 2016, but it pointed out a few things that I didn't know, and it was straight off of the Eve University site for scanning. So if you're interested in that, maybe I'll point that out at some point, or just go to Eve University, scan some stuff. Well, actually, let's go see if we can find it here. So RVR, Eve Online Scanning. Probe scanning, I think it was this one. Probe scan. It's just updated 8 days ago. Is this the one? Yeah. Down here at the bottom, they have a link to Alabrel Guata's probe scanning basics. I watched that. I haven't watched this one, so maybe I'll watch that one. But there's so many things. If you want to learn more about scanning, this brings up some really good. I need to pause it. Whoa. Um, I think this was the one. Turn this volume down. There we go. Yes, this was the one. I remember they did a little bit of. It's almost as good as my animation. No, if you see mine, it's terrible. But this video actually points out some really good uh, pointers on scanning. And I may talk about different things to do in Eve, but I'm not going to start uh, reinventing the wheel. Um, by golly, yeah, I just said by golly. There are so many people out there who make better videos than me. Mine is all about just having some fun, gameplay wise. If something comes along like the last video I made about uh, the scanning down that Serpentis something something site, you can tell I don't. Um, then I'll put it up there, and hopefully that's fun. More so, I just like to make videos to hear myself talk, and it gives you something to watch while you drink your coffee in the morning. That's great. So, last but not least, this will probably be a little bit shorter video. So while I'm stuck in the station here, what I thought I would start doing was accumulating some of the blueprints here that are very helpful. And this station actually has a decent number of blueprints, and it doesn't have my scanning frigate blueprint, but it does have some other stuff. And just to show you, blueprints, lower this down to station. There we go. So I got all of this stuff here. Now, what did I decide to do? Well, I thought, let's start from scratch. And I'm trying to learn the basics, just like scanning, trying to learn the basics of how different things work. So I thought, well, I'll buy a blueprint of, let's see here, a gun. Okay, I'm trying to think of my, shoot, maybe I need to go to bed. Projectile ammo, frequency crystals. I thought it was missile. Oh, I'm stupid. It's under ship equipment. So I went under turrets and bays, and I looked to see what they had. And now this is for just the current station. And wow, they have more than I thought they did. It's just, they had the lasers here. Really? See, I swear when I was looking before, it didn't have all of these blueprints. Am I back on region? No. What's going on here? Oh, it's still got the region up because I think that would be really, really weird. Okay. I'm going to close that out. Well, there's an error in the system. Maybe you should forward that on too. There we go. So that is really weird. It's not updating. Let's reset. There we go. Ah, okay. So in the system, sorry about that. I guess there's something with it that you have to reset it. Learn something new. Boom. So The Gatling, I was able to purchase these three blueprints, and I looked them over, and if I'm not mistaken, um, this is a long range basic gun. This is the short range basic gun, and this is the short range but a little bit better basic gun. So I thought I'm going to go with the cheapest gun, the weakest gun, and then I'm going to get the most standard or normal um, ammunition that I can get for it, which um, is your standard uh, crystal. Now, how do I know that? How do I know that it is the most basic? Well, I went through the compare tool, and if you've never used the compare tool, I'm going to show you real quick here um, how to use it and how it can be helpful. So, number one, let's say I want to look at the three guns that I had, and pull that up here. And now I'm not going to look at the blueprints, but I'll go region, and then show anything, not just what's available. This will give me a list of everything that's possible out there. And then I'm going to go to ship equipment, and then I'm going to go to turrets and energy lasers. Okay, now these are the three. If I want to, I can limit that down to, there we go. Oh, shoot. Let's just go to ship equipment. You know, if I edited these things, this would be a lot faster. Let's go back to region. So the three basic ones that I could make, ship equipment, there we go. It was the small focused beam laser, beep, the dual light beam laser, beep. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Remove. So the small focused, I'm just going to go back up here. I'm sorry. I should just edit this out. I'm not going to, because I want to go to sleep. So, turrets, energy turrets, there we go. So these are the three that I could do. So how do I do that? Well, grab one there, grab the second one there, and grab the third one there. So these are the three guns that I can make from blueprints, basic guns from the blueprints that are in the station and the system that I'm at. So how do I know they are what they are? Well, the first thing you can do is only show attributes. Click this little thing, only show attributes that differ. Now this is all the attributes that are here, but a lot of these are the same. So I'm going to click on only show attributes that differ. And then you can just go right down the line here. And turn them all on. Oh, I can only do 10. All right, up to 10. Now, here's the second part. One is a beam laser, the other two are pulse lasers. So this is my long range gun. It takes more to activate. It doesn't fire as quickly. It is a different type of gun, so I'm not going to use that. Remove. Now I'll come back to it, but now I've gone down to just two lasers. And you notice there aren't a whole lot of differences in them. Now this is the cheap one, and this is the more expensive one. And I can look to see what the differences are, how they differ. This also helps because when you load it onto a ship, if you've got any skills, it's tough. It will automatically adjust that. So you can do that with this, which is really good. And I was very easily able to figure out which was the weaker of the guns, build that first, and then I'll move on and build the others. A more robust one that you might want to look at is, okay, how do I pick out my crystals? Come back over here, go to ammunition, go to, I feel so much better now. I'm actually moving quickly. I might have just jinxed myself. Standard crystals, beep, and then I can pull each and every one of these over. There we go. Right into the compare tool. I'm just closing this out so it's easier to see. And then notice here I can go with all of the other options, or again just click on the settings button up the top left. There's only 4 things that differ between all of them. So what I can do is just click on all 4, and I'm looking for the most basic gun that I can use. So it would probably be the one that doesn't need is the lowest powered, maybe. Standard. So the one that uses the least amount of capacitor is the standard one. So put that at the top, and if you notice here, it does 5 damage, 3 HP. This one actually does 5 and 2, but its range got a better range bonus. The microwave here has a 4-2, but it's got an even better range bonus. So you can really kind of look to see what you're trying to use. And this is what I'm going to use going forward. I'm going to build some standard S guns, go out and shoot something, or standard pulse guns with my destroyer. And I'm going to go out and shoot something, and I'm going to put some infrareds on here. I'm going to shoot something. I'm going to do a microwave S, and I'm going to shoot something. Get the point? Just to see how each affects, because each one will affect a gun differently. Not just by power and damage here, but also, especially whenever you're doing like projectiles and stuff like that, how does it affect your capacitor? How is your range affected by it? Your fall off, that sort of thing. So this is what I plan on doing in the future. And when I'm stuck and snowed in like this, I can finally do some research. And if you're wondering, and I'll end it with this, I still don't know the difference between scan probe strength and scan probe resolution. There are numbers involved. My general feeling is that scan probe strength is the most important. The other ones are still important, but that's the one you want to shoot for. I think that's the one that allows you to get the sights, the bigger and better sights, the 4s and level 5 sights. So other than that, sorry about that little interlude where I couldn't get the stuff up, but that's what I've been doing. It's a little bit boring of a video. There's 4 people on system, so I don't want to really go up and blow up anything. You saw running wormholes up and running. So I'm actually going to boot up my other character and go do some wormholes with that. The original one that I did with the series, William Pilgrim. So other than that, that's all I got. I wish I had more gameplay for you guys. I will try to make the next video to have that. But I hope you guys had a great weekend. I'll be starting back to work tomorrow, so videos will be a little bit slowed down until the weekend. But I'll still be playing. Other than that, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however that you want. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.